The US President has warned that the UK shouldn't really be getting into business with China, as Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer has held closer ties on his trip to Beijing.
Yes, Donald Trump called the UK's move dangerous, but the Prime Minister has been hailing the benefits of an improved relationship with China. Well, we're joined now by Trade Policy Minister Sir Chris Bryant. So, are you and the Prime Minister, by the Prime Minister being in China and having that relationship and talks, are you being dangerous for the UK?
No, I think what Keir Starmer has shown over the last few weeks is that we plough our own course when it comes to international trade. Classic instances, Greenland only a couple of weeks ago, and now in relation to China. I think we need to proceed with our eyes wide open in relation to China. So there are things where we definitely have to challenge them, where we completely and utterly disagree with them, on whether that's on human rights issues, on Jimmy Lai, or forced labour, whatever it may be. But also we need to just be very open-eyed to the fact that China is our fourth biggest export market. It's the second biggest economy in the world, and it's growing. So if we want British business to prosper, then we need to do deals with China. Classic instance, we've done a deal on security. We know that 60% of the motors that go on small boats crossing the channel have come from China. I'm not saying that this is the only part of solving that problem, but it contributes to that. Likewise, we're doing a security deal with China around stopping the Chinese gangs that have been selling illegal opioids and fake opioids. Secondly, we've got visa-free access. Lots of other countries have already got this up to 30 days, but partly because we've not had any visit from a British Prime Minister since 2018, we've not been able to secure that. We've got the tariffs on Scotch whisky cut from 10% to 5%. That's on top of the deal that we've done with India, incidentally, where we cut the tariffs from 150% to 75% and then going down to 40%. All of that. So the Chinese deal in relation to Scotch whisky alone is worth £250 million over the next few years. And we're launching a new partnership around. I'll just finish this if it's all right, Kate.
No, it's fine, because we want to unpack the detail of it. Absolutely, Trade Minister, we absolutely do. It's just on the point that President Trump feels that it's dangerous. We just wanted to ask you how your views have changed, because in 2023, at a Foreign Affairs Select Committee, you took the then Foreign Minister, James Cleverly, to task and called him a Chinese stooge. Let's just remind ourselves what you said then, and then you can explain why your position has reversed.
So basically, China calls the tune. No. With James Cleverly, China plays the tune and you dance.
No, not at all. This is, I really want to nail this down. The idea that a foreign secretary interacting with another government is anything other than my duty and responsibility is nonsense. This is literally my job.
You're just a Chinese stooge then. You just do what they want.
Do you want to give any evidence to that?
Yes.
Go on.
Well, I think I presented it to you.
So how is Sir Keir Starmer not a stooge? Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't hear between the two of you. You were both speaking at the same time.
Sorry. Why is the Prime Minister not a stooge when you accuse James Cleverly of being one because he wanted to visit China?
Because we are very clear that we're doing two things at the same time. We are challenging, absolutely challenging, where we disagree with the Chinese government, and we are clear about that. So, as I've said earlier about, Jimmy Lai, for instance. But we are also very clear-eyed about the economic opportunities that there are. So we are ploughing our own course, very determinedly doing so. One of my criticisms about the past was that we flip-flopped. The Conservative government endlessly flip-flopped. 1 minute, it was the golden age of relations with China. Then it was the ice age. And frankly, then it became the bronze age.
Can I just ask this question?
And I said this repeatedly. In fact, you left this bit out of the clip, I think, that one of my complaints is about flip-flopping. What China needs is a strong, secure, consistent position, which is precisely what we're doing.
Yes, but China has still got sanctions on 5 MPs, 2 peers, as far as I understand. The Chinese ambassador is still not allowed on the parliamentary estate because of allegations of spying. None of that has changed since you were attacking James Cleverly. That still remains the case. So why this morning isn't Sir Keir Starmer announcing that sanctions have been lifted on MPs if he's pushing them?
So we've secured some things out of our discussions with the Chinese.
Yes,
I haven't been in the. Sorry, I haven't been in the room. Sorry, you're talking over me, so I can't hear you.
You can carry on.
Oh, thank you. Right. I think I've lost my train. I was saying that I haven't been in the room, obviously, when the specific issues have been raised. But there's a series of issues where we disagree with the Chinese government. But I think it's preposterous to suggest that we simply shouldn't have anything to do with the Chinese government. As I say, it's the fourth largest export market for the UK. We need to drive up. I've had loads of businesses come to me as the trade minister and say, look, we want to do more business in China. We know that there's a growing market opportunity for us, especially for financial services, for legal firms. And one of the elements of the partnership that we're launching now is precisely to be able to deliver that over the next few years. And frankly, I mean, even Andy Peters doing his telephone call just now, I bet you it was on a phone that was made in China. It's difficult to spend a single hour in British life today without some relationship with China, whether it's the makeup brushes that you use, or the clothes that you wear, or the mobile phones, or the television, or the lights in your flat, or whatever it may be. So we have to be pragmatic about it, I think.
Of course we do. Of course we do. However, you know, one of the things that has been mentioned, did Keir Starmer raise any issue of human rights when he was there?
Yes.
OK. And how did that go?
So, as I said, I wasn't in the room, and obviously this is happening. I'm in Wales at the moment. The Prime Minister's in China, but I know that he raised the issue of Jimmy Lai. Our position has not changed. I've always been opposed to forced labour. I remain opposed to forced labour. I'm opposed to the death penalty. I remain opposed to the death penalty, as does the UK government. We raised all these issues, and I think that the opportunity of the British Prime Minister going means that we have an opportunity to raise those things in a very concrete and robust way.
OK. Can you give us some detail then? Liz Kendall, who was on the show on Good Morning Britain this week, admitted that the tech prosperity deal with the US isn't on track. You're the trade minister. Why is it off track?
So I'm not directly involved in that. Actually, Liz Kendall's the person who's directly involved in that. I'm more engaged in trying to secure our trade deal with the United States of America. Elements of that, we've already got good deals. So, for instance, one of the things we were very concerned about when President Trump announced his initial tariffs was that might be very detrimental to the British car industry, jobs at Jaguar Land Rover, if we hadn't been the first through the door and got the best deal of any country so far with the United States of America. So I'm glad we got that sorted. We've got a good pharmaceuticals deal. We've also just signed something in relation to beef, which means that British beef will be going out to the United States of America for the first time on the 1st of February.
Okay. Chris Bryant, can I just ask you this question in a sort of simple way? Who do you trust more when it comes to trade, China or the US?
I'm not sure that that's the kind of way that any trade minister approaches anything. You obviously want to trust everybody in the room. You take people at their word, but you do so with your eyes wide open. Of course, the United States of America is our biggest ally in so many different elements, whether it's security, it's our Five Eyes partnership. They are one of our biggest trading partners, bigger trading partner indeed than China. But you approach each country with a specific set of red lines and issues that you want to secure. I'm glad that we're getting a good deal with the United States of America. We're getting the best deal in the world. And we're driving forward trade with China as well. I don't think it's a zero-sum game.
All right, Chris Bryant, thank you so much for being on the show with us, Trade Minister.
Thank you for having me.